a new survey by World Travel Market highlights how the destinations such as China and India and Iceland and Cuba are being tipped as 2017's holiday hotspots. Wouldn't it be lovely to be away on what is being labelled today as Blue Monday, the most depressing day of the year? Well, considering we're only 16 days in, let's hope it's the one and only Blue Monday that we have. Paul Nelson joins us from World Travel Market. Paul, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Well, how are you feeling today? I know you had a bit of a frantic drive in this morning.
Well, it was, I got soaked on the way into the studio with the weather, and the train was packed, and I did actually get the credit card bill from the postman, so I had the traditional kind of Blue Monday.
I know how you feel. I need tyres in the car needs service, I ran out of oil. It feels like it should have been Friday the 13th, but no, it's been delayed until Monday. I was asking our breakfast show host, do you think that when you say these things like it's depressing Monday, it's the most depressing day of the year, if you're telling people that, they automatically might go into that frame of mind?
I think you do a little bit, but then you need to just say do the flip side and start to look forward to the summer and plan your summer holidays.
Exactly. Do you know, I spoke to quite a few friends over the weekend and they all said exactly the same. They were like, I'm fed up, it's just miserable, the snow last week didn't help. They were all frantically looking for the bargain. They were looking for bargains over the weekend. Can you get a bargain at this time of year, or is it everybody's sort of rushing to get something booked? You can still get a bargain early enough, can't you?
Yeah, you can do. Obviously, from the tour operator's perspective, they have capacity to fill, and they want to fill it as early as they possibly can. So it is possible, to definitely, if you go to the right destination and you go through the right company, then there are still bargains out there, but there are obviously pressures on the economy and what's happened with the pound and Brexit, etc., that makes it that little bit more difficult this year.
Yeah, but more people we had the staycation trend, and I'm sure lots of people are still staying at home, but things hopefully maybe picking up a little bit and looking further afield. I mentioned some of the hotspots. What are your personal hotspot favourites for 2017?
Well, I'm a big fan of South Africa, and the exchange rate over to South Africa at the moment is really good. So that's a potential. From a more local perspective, Croatia is one of my favourite destinations. So that might be another one that I look to. So they're probably my two favourites.
Excellent. What about the usual spots like Spain and Portugal? Not too long a flight away. Are they still popular?
They are. I mean, you'll see a split this summer. So because of the problems that we've had in countries such as Egypt and Tunisia and Turkey, where we're either not allowed to travel, so the Foreign and Commonwealth Office won't let us travel, or there's advice not to travel and tourists want to stay away, you'll see a split. So Spain, Portugal, France, etc., they will be very popular short-haul summer holiday destinations. We've all been there before. We all know what we're getting. We feel safe. We feel secure. So they'll be very popular. And then there'll be this split where people will go more long-haul. So, you'll see places like China and India, because the routes between the two countries has opened up massively. Cuba being another one. Mexico being another one. So, so you'll see this split. We'll either go kind of local and where we feel safe, so Spain and Portugal, or we'll go a little bit further afield to climes that maybe we haven't been before, such as China, India, Cuba or Mexico.
You mentioned feeling safe. Do you think that is, when people are looking for somewhere to go, when they're planning a family holiday, that it is really right up there in the checklist, whereas it wasn't normally forefront in our minds because we kind of took it for granted?
We did, but you're right. It's very important now. As I say, a lot of capacity has had to be moved from very popular destinations for UK travellers, such as Tunisia, Egypt, Turkey. So, and that's been moved to either back to Spain and Portugal, or it's been moved to these countries that are more further afield. But very much in the consumer's mindset is safety, and the tour operators know that. So they're very much putting on flights and holidays to those countries where we will feel safer and securer.
So your top tips for getting that bargain and getting value for money. I think people really want to see a return on their money, don't they?
I mean, yeah, but to be honest, that might be a little bit difficult this year. As I said, due to what the Brexit's done to the pound, that means that it's probably going to be a little bit more expensive for us to travel abroad. But on the flip side, for our domestic holidays, that means that the inbound industry will be very much more popular, and we've already seen that this year since the Brexit and the impact on the pound. The numbers of people coming over to the UK has increased dramatically. But it's about doing your research, I think, and finding those countries where we get the better exchange rate. So I mentioned South Africa as being one. That's a very good one, and you'll probably get greater what will feel like value for money to those more long haul destinations. So to places like China and India than what you will do to Spain and Portugal, those Euro countries. So it's just about doing your research, but obviously it has to be where you want to go and the type of holiday that you want.
Absolutely. All feeling, stay at home and explore your own country, probably.
Yeah, do that as well.
Well, Paul, you've cheered me up no end.
Good.
No such thing as Blue Monday in this studio. Paul Nelson, thanks a million for joining us.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye-bye.